Big bounce back win for the Pods tonight. And when I say bounce back, I mean from the Dodgers series, but I also mean they kept bouncing back. They fall behind 2-0. Manny Machado hits a home run, ties it up. If they fall behind 3-2, Nick Castellanos hits a home run and ties it up. And then Ramon Laureano hits a home run to put them ahead. They explode late. Dominant pitching from the bullpen, especially Adrian Morejon. Jason Adam, pretty good too. Backing up a battling Walker Buehler. Great start to the A's series for the Pods. This is your Padres POSTCAST, and it starts right now.
This is the Padres POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease at Jim Grease _. You see the score over there, 7-3. The Padres with the win over the Oakland A's for now before they go to Vegas. But they kept on fighting back tonight before they just exploded and won the game late. Big time offense from San Diego tonight. They went deep 3 times in this game. Manny, why you bugging? You see him behind me there, Manny, with the 2-run shot that tied it in the bottom of the first after the A's took the 2-0 lead. And then a couple innings later, the A's take a 3-2 lead. But the inning after that, Nick Castellanos goes deep, murders one off the side of the Western Meadow building. And, man, Castellanos, 4 of his home runs this year of the 5 that he's hit have been game-tying, and they've been past the 7th inning. And so we'll talk about that. We're past the 6th inning or later. We'll talk about that as well. Laureano goes deep and gives them the lead. And then Morejon was awesome tonight. 3 strikeouts in an inning in the third. Adam was really good right behind him. Got a really nice defensive play from Bryce Johnson to throw a runner out at second base. And, Soderstrom ran into that one, as a matter of fact. With the late explosion, Walker Buehler, anyone? Buehler battled tonight. What do you say we kick this thing into high gear, man? It's been a couple days after the day off yesterday. I missed you guys here on the Padres POSTCAST.
This is what you'll be talking about.
7-3 win snaps a 2-game losing streak after the 1-0 victory in the opener against the Dodgers, and you fall a game and a half behind LA. But guess what? The Dodgers got smoked by the Brewers tonight, so now the Padres just a half game behind, and that's the biggest thing right now, other than the fight. I told you to fight. You got to fight sometimes for what you need and what you want in this world, and that's the big story tonight for the Padres. They fight back after that last couple of games against the Dodgers, and obviously they score 7 runs on 7 hits tonight. The A's, 3 runs on 8 hits, man. Unbelievable. And for the A's, I mean, talk about a tough start for Jeffrey Springs. This dude only allows 3 hits in 6 1/3. He strikes out 3, walks 3. Didn't help him any, but all 3 of the hits that he allowed were homers. More on that as we continue here with the show. Again, the A's got 2 in the bottom of the first. The Padres, anything you can do, I could do better. Manny with a 2-run shot scoring Fernando in the bottom of the first to make it 2-2. A's score 1 in the 4th. Castellanos homers in the 5th. Laureano homers in the 7th, and then a 3-run 8th inning. We'll tell you how it all happened here on the postcast, obviously, but Manny's homer, Castellanos homer, Laureano, Morejon, and then the late offensive explosion. But every time adversity hit the Padres tonight, they answered right back, and that's huge for this team right now. And even bigger is Manny going yard in a 2-run shot at that to tie the game right away. And that's what Manny's done his whole career. Just get his team right back in games or, put the other team out of reach. And Fernando scored a couple of runs tonight, scratched him out, had a pretty good one, although still not getting any power or any slug. But you know what I mean? It's been a lot better lately, to say the least, with Manny. And then Fernando, obviously very different from what we're seeing from him this year, but I mean, very effective at the same time. It's not what you're paying him $380 million for, but that's another story. Anyway, Cortez with a single to lead off the top of the first for the A's, and then Kurtz with the double scores Cortez. Langoliers grounds out to short. Kurtz goes to third, and then Rooker grounds to third. Kurtz scores there. So then we go to the bottom of the first inning. 2 runs on 2 hits, by the way, for the A's off Walker Buehler in the first inning. And then Manny comes up after Fernando walks. Andujar fouls out and Sheets flies out. Manny goes left field with a line drive bullet of a homer. 2 runs on 1 hit for the Padres. It is all tied up. Buehler and Springs looking good right after that, although the top of the second, Buehler gave up a walk and a single with 1 out, but got a strikeout and a line out to get out of the inning. Pods go 1-3 in the second. A's, after a leadoff walk to Kurtz, Buehler pitches out of it. Bottom of the third, Pods go 1-2-3. Top of the fourth, here come the A's again. Geloff doubles to left, and Bolte singles to center, scoring Beloff. And then they threw Bolte out trying to steal. He got big jumps, but then Rodolfo Duran just was like, yo, I'm like Pudge Rodriguez these days, bro. You don't want to mess with me. So the Padres fall behind 3-2 in that half inning, but then in the bottom of the fourth, they go 1-2-3. Top of the fifth, a 1-out walk from Buehler, but he pitches around it, and that would be the end of the night for Walker Buehler, who was really, pretty good tonight. Gave up the 2 runs early, but pitched around everything else. And still he gave up that 3rd run too, as a matter of fact, but got out of some spots and, managed to keep it just 3 runs in 5 innings, which these days is a quality start. Bottom 5 for the Padres. Laureano strikes out. Castellanos murders a homer to left. It is 3-3 until the bottom of the 7th inning. Springs still on the mound for the A's. Laureano goes yard, 400 feet to left field, makes it 4-3. Chases Springs from the game. Perkins comes in, retires the side. Adam does a good job in the 8th for the Padres. Morejon in between there was lights out, an inning in the third, 3 strikeouts. And then in the bottom of the 8th, the Padres just got silly. Duran singles to left to start it off. Fernando singles to right, shot one through the hole. Nice job by Nando. And Duhar on an infield single to second. And you see what's happening here. Gavin Sheets with a single. And yeah, nice job scoring Duran and Tatis Jr. And then Bogarts, the sacrifice fly, scores. And Duhar 7-3 after 3 runs on 4 hits. And then in the 9th, you don't need the Reaper. Oh, the Reaper. He warmed up, but you didn't bring him in. Estrada got the side retired in the 9th. And there you have it, 7-3, the final. The Pods win tonight. And a big, big game and a big win for San Diego. There you go, Rama Murdy, some HRs. Buehler was good, but he battled, and there you have it. So, man, just a nice job by San Diego. And before we get to the break, real quick, just want to see what we got here. 7-3 win. Yep, let's see. They beat the A's for the 9th time in their last 10 meetings. We got to make sure we throw that in there. And remember, Miller and Laureano, and who else? Miller and Laureano, and I'm missing one. Miller and Laureano, former Oakland A's. And I know I'm missing one. Miller and Laureano for sure. And Sears came over last year. He's no longer here, obviously. But Laureano with his 6th homer. Castellanos with his 5th. Manny, why you bugging? With the 2-run shot in the first. He's got 8 now. And those numbers starting to creep up a little bit for Manny. Nick Kurtz, the RBI double in the first. On-base streak, 45 games for Kurtz. He's been unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. But Springs, tough luck, gives up 3 hits, 3 home runs. And the A's had the bases loaded against Bradley Rodriguez with 2 outs in the 6th. Morejon came on to strike out Colby Thomas, and then he struck out 2 the next inning. So big spot for Morejon, big turning point there, between Morejon and Laureano. But you know what I mean? You got this game, these 2 teams coming back tomorrow. JT again, 2-2 with a 2.98. Dude had a no-hitter into the 9th inning, gave up a hit and a 2-run homer to lose a game earlier this year. Lucas Giolito makes his first home start, 1-0 with a 5.4 ERA. All right, we got time to do one more thing before the break, so I suggest, and I would say, we do it.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Got to go to the 6th inning to start the turning point, although the real turning point we're getting to in a minute. But got to give honorable mention here because Bradley Rodriguez gets the first 2 A's hitters in the top of the 6th, a pop out and a ground out, but then an infield single by Bolte. Then McNeil a single to right. Then Hermize walks, and guess what? Give me the lefty. Give me Adrian Morejon. A couple of bad outings to start the season, but man, he's been really good lately. Strikes out Thomas, leaves those guys on base, and that's the beginning of the turning point with Morejon with 1-2-3. Top of the 7th, keeps them right there, 3-3. And then in the bottom of the 7th, with 1 away, Ramon Laureano steps to the plate, and he goes deep off of Springs, sends Springs to the showers. 3rd homer allowed, only 3 hits allowed in the game. All 3 of them homers. Manny, Castellanos, and Laureano. It's 4-3 Pods. They added more later. Adam was a bridge for sure, but the turning point there was Laureano. All right, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, at Jim Grease _. Don't forget, we are live after every game on YouTube. Then we upload, you download wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, and you download OTT, definitely not OPP, not anymore. It is over-the-top television with Roku. We are there as well, so you don't want to miss us. And, of course, Javier Reyes, day in and day out, with your Padres podcasts on the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network. Still to come, the player of the game. Still to come, the X Factor. Still to come, who fudged up. And still to come, a little bit of a look at tomorrow. Plus, I'll tell you why the pods are a lot different this year than they were last year. I've talked about this quite a bit on the show, but it's coming your way next on the postcast right here, Locked On Padres and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, this is Jeff Carr from Locked On Reds, and when it comes to our futures, we all have great ideas when it comes to our job, when it comes to our house, when it comes to our vehicles, all that great stuff. But honestly, when it comes to securing that future, I don't know what I don't know. And when me and my wife sat down to figure out the life insurance thing, Ethos made everything simple. Everything's online, you have a quick and easy application process, and you find out exactly what you need for coverage all in one spot. Ethos makes everything so convenient when it comes to learning about your own life insurance, because insurance is something that is far beyond batting average or on-base percentage. It's way out in left field for me. Ethos made it all easy. Take just 10 minutes and get covered today with life insurance through Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/LockedOnMLB. That's ethos.com/LockedOnMLB. Application times may vary and rates may vary.
Workplace chaos. Deadline stacking up. Inbox overflowing. And the one position you have to fill still sitting open when the pressure's on and you need the right hire. This is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. That's right. Indeed sponsored jobs helps you reach the people who actually fit what you're looking for, skills, experience, location, so you're not just hoping the right candidate stumbles across your post. And here's a stat that says it all. In the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. So if you're hiring, spend less time searching, more time interviewing candidates to check all your boxes with Indeed-sponsored jobs. Less time searching, more time actually interviewing candidates. You know how it goes. They check the boxes. That means less stress, less time, more results for you. When you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job for Indeed-sponsored jobs. And listeners, viewers of this show right now, you're going to get a $75 sponsored job credit to help your job get the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast, Locked On Padres. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed-sponsored jobs. On the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. ED is way more common than most guys think. Millions of guys deal with it at some point, and that's exactly why HIMSS offers a straightforward way to handle it. HIMSS connects you with licensed healthcare providers online, giving you access to legitimate ED treatment options from the comfort of your home. No awkward appointments, no pharmacy lines, just a straightforward process that makes it easier to take care of yourself. The whole process is simple. You just complete a quick online intake and a provider reviews your information. If treatment's right for you, it ships directly to your door in discreet packaging, which makes the whole experience feel private and stress-free. They also offer options like sildenafil, the generic for Viagra, at a fraction of the cost, plus other treatments so you can find what works best for you. It's straightforward, transparent, designed to make getting care feel easy. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/LockedOnMLB. That's hims.com/LockedOnMLB for your free online visit. hims.com/LockedOnMLB. Prescription required. See website for details and important safety information. Sildenafil is the generic version of Viagra. Viagra is the registered trademark of Viatris Specialty LLC. Hims is not affiliated with or endorsed by Viatris. Good Lord. Never-ending story. Get your team Locked On Padres coverage completely ad-free by joining the Everydayer Club today. Start your 7-day free trial right now and get closer to your team without the interruptions. Click the link in the show notes or go to lockedonpadres.supercast.com and join the Everydayer Club today. All right. Whew. Here we are. It's more exhausting getting through the break than it is the show, but we are back. Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. 7-3 the final. They beat the A's tonight. Manny ties it with a homer in the bottom of the first. Castellanos ties it at 3 with a homer in the fifth. After it was 3-2, it was 2-0, then 2-2, then 3-2 A's, then 3-3. Then Laureano with a homer. And Laureano with the go-ahead homer in the seventh inning, and then the Pods score 3 in the eighth. They take the opener after losing 2 in a row to close the Dodgers series, and they get back to within a half game of first because the Dodgers lost 5-1 to Milwaukee tonight. All right, we got a couple things to do, short time to do them, and starting with, how about we'll do this?
Uh-oh, somebody messed up, and it's time to let them know with Who Fudged Up.
He was pretty good, but Jeffrey Springs, 3 hits allowed, 3 homers allowed for the A's tonight. His ERA goes up over 4, 95 pitches for him. By the way, Perkins and Suarez. Perkins gave up the 3 earned runs. The A's bullpen, not so good tonight. Meanwhile, offensively for Oakland, McNeil 2 for 4, Bolte 2 for 3. For the Padres, Walker Buehler, 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, 85 pitches. He had that veteran savvy going to not let things get any worse than the 3 runs he allowed. Bradley Rodriguez got his butt saved by Adrian Morejon after retiring the first 2 hitters. In the sixth, he goes 2/3, allows 2 hits. Morejon an inning and a third. 3 strikeouts, no hits, no nothing. No nothing with Conor McGregor coming back. We got to start doing that again. Jason Adam, a scoreless inning, allowed only a hit. Estrada, a scoreless inning and a strikeout offensively for the Pods. No one had more than 1 hit, but they had 7. Overall, they cut down on the strikeouts only 5 times tonight. They only left 3 on base. They were 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. But, man, they only had 3 hits off Springs, and all 3 of them were homers. But Fernando 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Andujar had a hit and a run scored. Gavin Sheets had the 2-run single, 1 for 4. Manny 1 for 4 with the 2-run homer. Laureano 1 for 3 with the homer. Castellanos 1 for 3 with the homer. Rodolfo Duran 1 for 1 with 2 walks, had the run scored as well. All right, a couple more things to do and a short time to do them, and starting with...
It's time to reveal who made the biggest under-the-radar impact with today's X Factor.
Tonight's X Factor was the Padres just refusing to go away offensively, whether it was Manny with the homer, whether it was Castellanos with the homer, whether it was Laureano. And then, of course, later on in the game, in the 8th inning, when they just kept pouring it on with, Sheets 2-run single, Bogarts, but it was Duran and Tatis getting it going. So there's your X Factor, and that leads me to, finally,
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Could be Manny, could be Castellanos, could be Laureano, could be Sheets, could be any of those guys, but they all only had 1 hit each, and they all spread out that offensive firepower tonight. But there was no doubt who the best player on the field was tonight in a Padres uniform. His name, Adrian Morejon. The lefty came in with 2 outs and 2 on in the 6th inning after Rodriguez ran into trouble. Struck out the pinch hitter, struck out 2 of the next 3 hitters in a 1-2-3 7th inning, and Adrian Morejon before passing it on to Jason Adam, who, by the way, pitched a scoreless inning and allowed a hit. But Morejon, no hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, 18 pitches, 13 strikes. He is the player of the game tonight, beyond a shadow of a doubt. It is Adrian Morejon. All right, taking a look at tomorrow for you. You got Giolito making his first home start for the Padres, and he faced a very offensively challenged Mariners team last time out, but he got the win nonetheless. He brings a lot of veteran leadership and experience. He's going to face JT Ginn, one of the most unlucky pitchers in the majors this year. Giolito 1-0 with a 5.4. JT Ginn 2-2 with a 2.98. The A's -110, the Pods -110 tomorrow night as well. And we will be here right after the game, which starts at 6:40, by the way, on your Memorial Day weekend. But this isn't the Memorial Day series. The Phillies come in on Memorial Day. This is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, usually a little different than that. But 6:40 p.m. tomorrow, we're here right after the game with your postcast. Thank you for being here. Make sure you come back tomorrow. Follow Locked On Padres. Subscribe as well so you get all the latest episodes. If you never miss an episode, the Everydayer Club's built for you. Get Locked On Padres ad-free, the members-only Discord with Javi, and more. Head to lockedonpadres.supercast.com or check out the link in the description as well. For those of you on video, we send you to the 24/7 National Locked On Podcast Network YouTube channel. On audio, for your second listen, go check out the Locked On MLB. And while you're at it, have some fun this holiday weekend. Celebrate this win tonight. 7-3 Pods. They're back within a half game of first. 3 homers. Manny, of course, Castellanos and Laureano, and then a 3-run eighth. The bullpen great behind Buehler, who was okay, but a win is a win, and they're a half game behind the Dodgers yet again. Good way to end a 2-game losing streak. We'll talk to you tomorrow night with another edition of your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, and the #1 sports podcast network. Until then, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, reminding you to always keep your game tight and your mind right, Friar faithful.